Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am Abigail, the ultimate guru, and with me is my co host, the world's only comedian, the Kanye of comedy, DJ Beer Belly, Bryden Proctor.
Uh,
And also our guest this week to help us review the Barbie movie. She's giggling, and it's making me giggle. Hello, Rachel.
Hi, how's it going, Abby?
It's going good. We're doing good. Bryden's already mad. He's already furious.
Yeah.
His face is bright red. So we're excited. We're excited about this week. I did start a Curious Cat so that
Nobody.
people can.
nobody
got
nobody
one.
got it. No, nobody. I saw. Cause you
No,
posted.
that's the one.
That
I
was
answered.
you
It
that
only
you
shows it
posted.
on your feed. Yes, I did to test it. That was me testing it. Okay, don't know. I know what you're thinking. I did say, "Why are you so cool?" But it was to test it.
Yeah, that's not one of the Dear Abbeys.
No,
You're
I mean, I
busted.
was gonna pretend it was.
I know you were, and you
until
busted.
called me out.
And you busted.
But I got busted. Yeah. Anyway, the point is, I made a Curious Cat so you can ask your Dear Abbeys anonymously, because apparently some of you are too embarrassed to tell me your deepest, darkest secrets in DMs. Which is silly. I mean, you would tell it to your
Very.
therapist. Right?
These two are great therapists. I'm learning a
That's
lot
what
from
we're-
them.
She's the therapist. I'm the rapist. Ah,
Oh,
come on. No, I always love that one. Why would they spell it like that? You know.
I don't know. Well, I spelled it like that because they're hiding in plain sight. All
You're fucking dumb. You're so fucking dumb. And I saw it just fucking spray everywhere too, you dipshit.
just a little bit. It's
Holy
just a little
fucking
bit.
shit.
That was supposed to just make the noise. It was not supposed to spray at me, okay?
I got a bottle downstairs that I will open properly and it'll make the noise. I've done it on the show
I
before.
didn't know it was shaking up. I didn't know it was gonna explode. Sometimes they're more carbonated, okay? Now, Bryden just watched me open a bottle of champagne. I'm very wet now. It's very wet.
Don't let him clip that, you idiot.
I've said worse. I've said a lot worse things that can be taken out of context. I think we're way beyond that point. So, the point of that was for Bryden to go, you have a whole bottle of wine. You're an alcoholic. That's not
Yeah.
what...
It's not what happened.
Champagne is hardly alcohol, to be honest.
It's
I smell
a
it
lot.
like champagne.
It's a lot alcohol. It's definitely like 11 to 13% by
actually-
volume.
It's actually the highest.
So bubbly.
You know what? I should probably get a towel for my. It's actually the highest alcohol per volume for like the lowest calories. Like if you
Oh,
take
wow.
those things into account. Don't
This is
ask
a really
me
good
why.
tip for the girlies.
It's when you're an alcoholic and also anorexic. You know. This.
Yeah. The girl dinner, but girl happy hour.
You just what you
Yeah.
do, and I'm pretty sure Abby's wrong. What you do is you do what the models do. You drink club soda and vodka.
That'll work too.
Club soda and
Right.
vodka, because that way they get all fucked up and they don't get all bloated. And then the cocaine and the methamphetamines, that sure makes them real hot too, you know. I like them.
It's
Good
gonna be
combo.
really embarrassing when my husband gets home from the dinner he's at and just finds me sitting here, smelling like champagne, talking about the Barbie movie on my computer.
It's a vibe.
You really nailed it. That was the stupidest fucking bullshit.
Okay.
Like I don't, because I know you were swinging it around to try to emote
Look,
like
I
to your
was
children
not.
or something.
I was not.
You were like,
swinging
"Mom's
it
going
around."
upstairs."
That's exactly what I look like. Yes.
Probably is.
Why are you doing visual gags? We're not.
No, people get it. I'm so good because I'm so good at fucking radio. People can tell because I describe the motion.
They can't tell what your hands are doing.
They can
No.
tell. And for the record, radio listeners, you always know what my hands are doing.
Okay, that's
Googling
disgusting.
things,
You should
Googling
feel
things,
bad.
Googling things because Abby doesn't know anything.
I don't know if I should be here. I'm scared.
Oh, I'm sorry. We
to
have a
wake my
guest
husband
today.
up from his nap.
Well, he can come on the show too.
I don't know if he would enjoy this.
Everybody.
Do you want to get into the Dear Abby's?
Yes.
One Dear Abby. Dear Abby, how do I convince my wife that Ryan Gosling is literally me and that it's not a phase?
Ah, shit. That's a great question.
That is a great question.
I mean,
I think if you just keep repeating it and like showing her movies and clips of Ryan Gosling being literally you a
Yeah.
lot, like every day,
Oh,
and just she'll get it eventually.
he could get the sweater that says "I'm Knuff."
yeah.
There you
And
go.
if he starts wearing merch like that, I think that it will, subliminally put it in her mind that he's Knuff. Literally Ken. Yeah, I think that would work. And show her the Notebook on repeat and do things out of the Notebook, just copying what Ryan Gosling does, and
That would be
she'll
good.
pick up on it over time.
And
Get
then,
like a real cool duster, like he's got in Blade Runner.
Oh, and like in Drive, like just drive really crazy, like in Drive, and then back and
I
forth.
think that was the point of that movie. It was just
Yeah.
he drives real crazy,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, and like that will remind her of Ryan Gosling as well. As long as she knows the movies, she has to see them all first, and then
Yeah, you have to
take a
show
few
them to her.
years. The Ken like Jake Paul outfit, wear the
That was
furs,
pretty
and like
cool.
That
and
was
do all
just-
these different things.
that was just a sweet fucking outfit, by the way. I
That was.
thought that was
It was a good
awesome.
outfit.
Like,
The
yeah.
body contour, like the body makeup they drew on him, it was like
That was so obvious. I cannot
No way,
believe
dude.
how it was supposed to be because he's a doll, but I just didn't think it was
Nope.
that
Oh,
He just looked
I-
like that.
dear listener should do that too. Like get some of this body paint and just put it all over your abs. Just contour your
Yeah.
abs and like come out to your wife, take your shirt off, just rip it off and be like, "Hey baby." And she'll remember Ryan Gosling and Barbie.
See, now this is all great advice leading up until the real thing that he's asking, which is, yeah, when can he be Ryan Gosling from Drive? The driving crazy is a good thing, but I think there's no way that she's going to respect you until you start shooting at people.
Yeah.
So
I think you're right.
you got to do that. Ryan Gosling is literally every man. You just got to pick our
I was
mood.
just- oh
Pew
my
pew pew
gosh.
pew pew.
You know, a lot of the time we
Exactly,
kill
that's
people.
And just most importantly, remember that you're enough. You're a 10.
You are.
Just remember that, okay? Don't let the
Okay.
world get you down. Don't let your wife get you down. You're enough.
You're enough. You're you. Ryan Gosling.
Just
is
be
you.
just be yourself. That's the message. You're missing the point. It's about being yourself.
It's about
Getting
being
out who you are.
it's about being Ryan Gosling, but
And Ryan
yes,
Gosling is you.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
It's this is
I
so
think that's
meta.
fair. I think that's fair. Don't really
That's
think
what I
that's
took away
what meta means,
from,
but yeah.
from the Barbie movie. Really, is just There's a Ryan Gosling in all of us.
No, just the men.
Because I really,
It's just
I feel like sometimes I feel like Ryan Gosling. You know,
no.
So freaking
like, I
valid,
should be a
Abby.
10.
It's so
I don't
valid.
think so.
You're not Ryan Gosling. We get to be Ryan
You know what?
Gosling.
I just lay around on the beach sometimes.
He doesn't lay around. He doesn't lay around. He stands confidently.
You know what? I wish my job was beach. I think every woman should have a right to make their job beach. Just beach.
Well, you kind of get that because all of your jobs are bitch. Our job is beach. My job is email.
Yeah, his job is email.
Oh, good
He
job.
just emails.
That's so exciting and amazing for you, Bryden.
You do a very good job at email.
I do a good job at email.
Okay, so we were going to talk about the Barbie movie. Obviously, I've talked about how we were going to talk about it, and now we're talking about them.
And you
That
do
was a
have
very
other
violent
parts.
looking sneeze. I'm sorry.
You do have other parts of the show as well, right? Because we are 9 minutes in.
Other parts? Yes, I do.
There are
have
other.
parts.
Okay, I'm just making sure because the
No!
movie wasn't
Do you
that
think I
good.
can-
It was pretty good, but
I
there's
thought it
Say-
was okay. Go ahead.
Who's the host here? Like, I think Bryden's kind of a killjoy right now because I think
I'm
we
the
should talk
host.
about Barbie for like the whole hour. I think that women everywhere have a right to be heard.
women everywhere
And the
don't
fact that-
listen to this show.
Biden is like trying to stop us from exercising our right to chit chat, and I think that's freaking sick.
It is.
Yeah,
sick.
it is
He's
sick,
a
bro.
sick man. He's
It's
a
fucking
total
sick.
sicko.
It's totally sick. It's totally tubular. It's radical.
Degenerate, disgusting. Look at his
Exactly.
face.
I got a great face. Look at that face.
Bryden, we're going to talk about Barbie for as long as we want. The men need to sit back and stand by. This
Oh, we're
is
not
Barbie
doing that.
world. You're just living in Barbie world now, and you're not Knopf, actually. You have to
You're
find
not.
yourself.
And you're
Sorry.
muted. And you're muted from the show. That's odd.
That was very dramatic. That was really good.
I don't know if you were yelling or if you were a plane that got shot
I
down.
don't know what that was. It's like a
Hey,
giant
I'm
cat.
not a comedian, okay? I just have this Xbox like headset, and I'm just a girl.
Just a
And
girl.
so I'm not a comedian.
I'm thinking of Gwen
But-
Stefani now, though. Like
I know,
I'm
me
just
too.
a
I was
girl.
gonna start singing. I'm just
Exactly.
a girl. Why won't they let me be? Okay, I'm done.
Did you cut your fucking
So
hair
the-
again?
Point. What?
Did you cut your fucking hair again?
No, I feathered it a little bit
Ah,
on the
okay.
end, so it's like flipped out. What do you think? I
I
realized
think it looks
though,
terrible, but
I
I
was
just
looking in the mirror and I look like Kitty from that '70s show,
yeah.
which is not necessarily the association.
Oh, Abby, it looks
That I-
beautiful.
It doesn't,
It looks
though.
very beautiful.
It doesn't.
And you're enough.
Why do women lie to each other? It doesn't look good. I don't. She looks like fucking.
She loves my hair.
She,
No.
she looks like Adam Lanza. What the fuck are you talking about?
She looks like the
Look
girl
at Adam
from
Lanza.
Despicable Me. And it's really
I
sweet.
do.
It's really cute. And I love it for her.
I get compliments on my hair everywhere I go. Okay, everywhere.
Where do
People
you
all
go? The
time
cancer
keep telling
clinic?
me.
You go to the cancer.
She's not afraid to serve. Speak her truth.
Exactly. You just don't understand.
Okay.
Maybe
So
she
I
brings hope to the cancer clinic. Have you ever thought of that, Bryden? You don't know what it's like to bring hope and joy, and she's spreading joy. Like, this is a
Yes.
joyful haircut. People look at this and they're like happier for it. Like, somebody is living authentically and joyfully, and that's her message. And I know your message is one of hate, but to be honest, I'm looking at you right now, and you have like this goatee and like a blonde like Justin Bieber thing. I don't really know what it is.
Thank you.
But
Thank you. Thank you. I'll take it. Thank
no,
you. I'll take it.
no, no, no,
I'll
no.
take that.
I
I'll
mean-
take it. Bieber rules.
It looks kind of strange.
Like a
But I-
cockatoo.
For some reason, it's not giving joy. It's kind of giving more like scary.
Yeah. Good.
You're
Good.
scaring the hose.
Good.
Oh, well, it's
Good.
good to scare the host, so I support that.
There we
Anyway.
go. We're getting along now. So,
Hmm.
I was talking to another friend of mine earlier today, and she told me that based on the videos she's been watching online from all these like conservative commentators that have been making videos about how feminist and horrible and man-hating the Barbie movie is, and the things she was telling me that they told her and convinced her of are insane and never happened in the movie. That apparently they were just constantly talking about trans rights and shoving trans things in your face. It was never mentioned, not even one time. Like, people are just going online and lying. Can you believe they would do that? So weird.
I actually think Barbie was an anti-trans movie because it was very much about the Barbies and the Kens. There wasn't like a second option. You're either born a Barbie or you're born a Ken. And there was like a clear distinction there. So I
Well,
don't think
It
there's
was very-
anything that could be read into as trans because the girls are all pink and the boys are all like Jake Paul, Andrew Tate, take back the patriarchy. So I think it was really good. It was even trad, like as far as gender roles.
I
in
mean,
my
they
opinion.
talked about motherhood a bunch. I know Bryden didn't
Yeah.
give any spoilers, but
Oh,
first of all, my
oh.
husband says that you're stupid for saying that.
What,
Because
about no
how are you gonna
spoilers?
talk about a movie without giving spoilers.
Because we
Everyone's
shouldn't.
seen it.
No, they haven't. The movie came out 5 days ago.
What kind of loser
it
didn't
was
go
a-
to Barbie over the weekend? Like,
a
that
good
seems like a personal problem.
One, it's a boys' movie. Two, it's because all these guys had fucking jobs. All right, and that's the majority of our audience. All right,
On
I
the
give 'em-
weekend?
I'll give
You're
'em-
sending emails on the weekend?
one.
No, because what they need to
Okay,
need
no,
to-
no, wait. Let me explain this. One, yeah, a lot of us do. And then secondly, what makes you think that the majority of my audience has email jobs? These are
Construction workers!
these are construction workers.
janitors.
They are janitors. They are juggalos that are unemployed. They've got to save up to see it.
They work in
Unemployed, maybe.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, dude.
Pizza Hut. Yeah, that's fine. That's
Their
cool.
their fucking disability check doesn't come until the 5th of August, okay? How the fuck are they supposed to go see this movie?
Biden, I'm sorry, that was insensitive of me.
It was.
ableist even.
I'm so sorry, Abby. I'm ashamed. Like
Why are you
there's
saying sorry
room
to
for
me?
everyone
Am I
here.
disabled?
Yes. After what happened to your hair?
No.
Yeah, yeah. A little
I'm
bit.
hair challenged.
No, I just don't want to disrespect the show.
You
That's
just
all right.
respect the show. Oh, I mean, you already are with the mic, but you know, yeah, it's
She's doing good. So the point, okay, the Barbie
Thank you.
movie. Okay, I'm trying to think of how to even talk about this without giving spoilers, but we can attempt it.
well, you can
Okay.
do it. You just
The
don't
open-
spoil
yeah.
the end. Don't you can spoil the plot, but don't
It's
spoil
hard
the
to
end.
spoil the end, to not spoil the end.
I already had a great joke
'Cause
about
that-
the end.
Okay, so we should not. We should just spoil the whole thing. So it opens.
Yes, we should.
Why is it broken?
What are you doing?
Oh, just sometimes
Anyway, it doesn't
things
matter.
they have to refocus, and it's blurry.
So the opening, 2001: A Space Odyssey, shot for shot, basically. Instead of an obelisk, it's Barbie. The point of the scene, okay, from 2001: A Space Odyssey is not the violence is good. So there's no reason to assume that that's what it means in Barbie, okay? That's the first point I want to make to all the women who are talking about how horrific and grotesque it was to see children destroying dolls. Oh no.
Wait, did people actually fucking complain about that? Because I had a text
Oh yeah.
with
Oh
my
yeah.
buddy.
I literally was told it's grotesque. That is insane to use that word.
Literally this morning, my buddy, who he's all libertarian, but he's like more left than I am. Whatever, we've been friends for years. He was talking about it's 2001, so they're mimicking smashing skulls with femurs, but it's easily a bigger metaphor than girls want new dolls if you choose to see it. Girls rejecting motherhood in favor of fashion and hedonistic sex, but maybe it's also abortion and infanticide. The filmmakers are confused a lot or whatever. Yeah, and I literally told him, I was like, I don't know, it was a movie about Ken's mink coat and how girls should serve brewski
You really-
beers.
You really are, Ted. You
That was
really
a
are.
spoiler.
Well, it's fine. We can get. I'll just
Brewski beers.
I'll just say Barbie spoilers are after this point, and if they don't see it in the
I,
description,
you
it's fine.
know,
We
I
can
agree
just
with your
spoil the movie.
leftist friend. I agree with your leftist friend because it's like, I get where you're going with this, Abby, but they smash their baby dolls, and then this Jezebel arises out of the dust.
I'm not
in a
saying that didn't
swimming suit.
happen and that they weren't making that choice. I'm saying that
Oh,
that is an indication that the movie is not about the smashing of the dolls being wholly positive.
oh, because of Space Odyssey reference, which I have not seen, so I'll respect your knowledge.
Well, you
on
could
that
also
one.
just see the rest of the Barbie movie, and that's literally they promote motherhood within the movie.
do,
And the
yeah.
end is an indication that motherhood may be in Barbie's.
Oh, do you think the opening scene is something like showing the premise of second wave feminism, and now we see where we are now, and that premise is like totally undermined, and that being a mother is very valid?
I mean, yeah, it's like feminism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And
yeah,
I wanted to spoil the ending, but I'm not.
No,
going
it's
to
fine.
mention
It's
it.
fine. We
The
can
ending
move
might
on.
hint. The ending might hint that Barbie might become a mother because
well,
she.
yeah. It was after. So after, we're getting ahead of ourselves. A little
Yeah,
bit. And we don't have
sorry.
to go frame by frame
just
here or
go
anything.
just go through the fucking movie. I'll put a spoilers from this timestamp to that timestamp in case any of our Juggalo audience wants to fucking listen, see it when they. You know.
Yeah.
Juggalos
We respect our
aren't scared of
juggalos.
spoilers.
They're scared of spoilers, bro.
I thought juggalos were tougher than that. I
Juggalos?
thought that the camera work and the set design was very cute and clever. I really liked how the camera like dropped down into the dream house and all of that in
Yes.
the beginning. I thought it was very, very well done visually, starting immediately.
It was so cute.
What?
Like her
It was
clothes
fun.
are so cute. The house is so cute. The toast, the little heart-shaped waffle,
Yes.
and how it pops out of the toaster. It was really sweet.
So in Barbie Land is basically the dreams of the children that are playing with the dolls, okay? In the little
Uh-huh.
girls' minds, you know, perfect world would have them be able to do whatever they want. And be perfect and pretty and smart and when they leave their house,
Just a
they just say
complete
hi
fantasy.
to everyone, and everyone calls them pretty. And you know what? The men are just superfluous. Ken's just there to beach, right? And Alan, he only exists. I don't know where he exists.
Well, apparently he was like a real doll, and I don't really get
He was
what.
a real doll.
What
So
was
was Midge.
his kid's friend? Yeah,
He,
no,
apparently,
all the ones with the TV in the back and then the big titty, like grow the titty thing. That I knew about
yeah.
that one because of TikTok. They were
Those
like,
were
"What the hell
real.
is this feminism?" So
yeah. Apparently, Alan was the husband of Midge.
Yes, so he's the only one that has the ability to impregnate a Barbie.
Which
Michael
is
Cera.
Very Chadley.
it would explain why he
Michael
won.
Cera is the only one who sleeps with anyone.
He's not packing a block in there. He's packing a little more.
It would explain why he was so desperate to get to the real world. Though he's just like, I hear this pussy
He's
out
like,
there.
"Dude,
though."
I'm outta here.
I did like how he was also still retarded. He was like, as soon as I can figure out how to build this wall sideways instead of just up, was the
Yeah.
best fucking joke in the
was-
movie. It's the best one.
That was great. I
That was
really
really
liked
good.
it. Something I really appreciated about the movie that I'm not sure very many people have talked about. There were no villains in Barbie. None at all. There
The
was
Barbies!
not one villain. No.
I think
No, because they are just living in the dreams of little girls. It's not their fault that they didn't
Aren't the-
understand.
Kens and the patriarchy in the real world the enemy.
No, because they were they were oppressed before, and and they all
Yeah.
figured out at the end. Even the CEO of Mattel. Why are you doing this?
Oh, because
Stop it! You're distracting
As soon
me.
as you're done, I got a hot take.
Okay, even the CEO of Mattel. Okay. And the whole board is male, and so Barbie goes in there, and they were gonna lock her away in a box. That's kind of scary, right?
It was so
She goes in
scary.
there and she says, why you don't have a woman CEO who's in charge here? And he's like, there was a woman on the board in the 90s, and some of my best friends are Jews. Like, he was just like part of the system, okay? And it's not really his fault. And he was never a villain. He would have been the easy villain. And I thought he was gonna be the villain based on the
Yeah.
trailers. It would have been the obvious play. There was not
Will
one
Ferrell
villain.
is so nice. We can't take Elf seriously as a villain, so that's obviously he's not
He's
the
so
villain.
cute. He's very
He's so
He's
cute.
played a villain before. He was the bad guy in Zoolander.
Not in
Oh,
Daddy's
I
Home.
love that movie.
What are you talking about?
In Daddy's Home, he was the really nice stepdad. And I liked that.
I haven't seen that. There were
Sounds creepy.
there were I think
No.
I think Marky Mark's in it. Mark Wahlberg is in it in that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy. The
He
real
was
real
really
dad.
soaked in champagne.
That's hilarious. And you still have 40 more minutes to go before you can go and take care of that before the bonus episode. So that makes me happy. But
cold.
good. I hope so.
Well, maybe we should take a break so Abby
No,
can just
you're
dry
fine.
off.
No. And
This
what's
is my life. This is how I exist.
and what's
That
gonna
was
be
really
great?
Funny.
No.
It's really stupid.
What's gonna be
Women
great
are
is
so oppressed.
by
Bryden.
themselves. I am going
Hey,
to end
Bryden.
up
What was your
going
hot take?
and making a drink, and she has to sit there like that the whole fucking time.
No, you are not gonna.
Oh, I'm
Just
gonna.
because I don't, I care about my friends and this show, and so I would never just get up and walk away without warning.
Oh, I would. though.
Okay?
I would.
Whoa.
And this is how you're playing.
This show is serious. You're like, we're here. We're locked in. I
Yep.
take life seriously.
We have to get this done. Bryden,
No.
what was your hot take?
My hot take
you were
is
trying to
this:
get
the
out.
Barbies were the villains. Okay, because
They're
check
not
this.
the
No,
villains.
check it out. Check it out. And this is a to the tarred wife or whatever our guest is, Rachel. She's nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's the
that-
hard wife.
Yeah, whatever, butter churner and all of that. That sounds like a slur.
Yeah.
It'd be like, get out of here, butter churner.
Butter churn.
Well, you butter churn. But
It's actually an honor. It's an honorific.
yeah, they say La Raza the same way. But so everybody was happy over in Barbie Land when patriarchy took over until who fucking went and changed it? It was Weird Barbie, who's a lesbian, and then
Weird Barbie was great. Okay.
and yeah, I'll bet you think that. And then fucking stereotypical Barbie, stereotypical feminist, am I right, fellas? Came over there, and she just ultimately left. She just was like, oh, fuck this, I ruined this, I'm out.
That's
Leave. She
true.
was depressed and laying on the ground.
She could have gone. She could have left a long time ago. But it says she ruined everything before she left. She's like, it's time for me to leave California and move to Florida. That's what she said. That's what she said. Everybody was happy under the patriarchy, dude. Everybody was happy. They were like, I love cutting steak.
No,
I love brewski beers.
They thought they were happy. They thought they were happy, but they were not. Because as soon as the contradictions of adult womanhood were pointed out to them, they snapped out of it. That's pretty easy to snap them out of it, okay, if they were really that happy. It's pretty easy. Oh,
It's true.
you just go, you have to be a mommy to him, but, or, you have to be just like his mother, but not his mommy, and things like that.
Okay,
It's
well,
just,
here,
you know, it shouldn't be that easy.
Okay, here, let me point this out to you. Aren't the Kens all fucking stupid? Do you think
Yeah.
they really thought that? Do you think they really were like, yes, clearly she's got to do all these things? Or they were just like, I like brewskis and steak and beach. No, things would be simple. Things would be simple and everybody was happy. The Kens were oppressed. Everything was happy. They loved doing it. They said they loved doing it. And Eric, I'm screaming at you, calling you Erica. Fucking Abby.
He's just mad at his girlfriend.
Well, I a little bit, but I'm mad. I'm used to usually like going these rants against her. You know, you're gonna sit here and tell me, Barbie Lane was better when the president was a black woman.
You know,
Oh, he's got you there, Abby.
that is a really good point, but she did have cool hair that I would like to touch.
I like her hair.
You're a racist. And in Kingdom Land, that wouldn't be allowed because the bros got along. Yeah, it would be fine because it was like
They did not get along. It was so easy to turn them against each other.
And then
you know what they did? Immediately instituted Asian hate.
Nope.
They went right after that Asian man.
Nope, they didn't. They didn't because they ended up being friends in the end. And they got too
Yeah, but
busy.
first they went after the Asian man.
No.
And the Barbies and the Kens ended up being friends in the end.
That was a specific beef. That was a specific beef between two bros. And that's how a lot of male friendships fucking start. Is you don't like
Dance
each other.
battles?
Yes, we do that too.
That was so cute. That was my favorite part of the movie.
They gave him the best fucking song. Okay, look. I'm right. The patriarchy worked in Barbie Land until these two goddamn feminist fucking psycho liberals showed up.
Doing anything. They weren't getting anything done. They were living in their Mojo Dojo Casa houses and drinking brewski beers and not... The trains were no longer running.
What trains?
Okay.
I didn't see a whole train.
Commerce halted. There was no one being president.
They
much less a black woman with cool hair that I would like to touch.
They were working on changing the Constitution.
They were also building a wall, and they didn't
Yep.
have time to finish the wall. If they got that wall done and imported some horses, I think that they could have been great.
See? Exactly. Thank you, Rachel gets it.
Whose side are you on? You're just
She's
switching
on the
back
side.
and forth.
I'm on your side, Abby. I'm on your side. I'm just saying the horse idea was really cool. And they
horse
wanted to
idea
be
was really
cowboys.
cool.
And I wish they had had horses.
I laughed so hard when I noticed that all of the Mojo Dojo Casa houses had horses just on the TVs and every single one the same
That was
horse.
tense.
I laughed so hard that other people in the theater turned around to look at me. It's like, I'm sorry.
It was his
The
autistic
horses.
fixation. It was the horses and the beer and the trucks. And I love that he fixated on those things.
It was nonsense. But
Um,
notice that when the Barbies were in control, they just ignored the men. But when the Kens were in control, they made the women into slaves.
I wouldn't say
subservient
slaves.
to
I
them.
would.
Okay, that is a big difference. Okay,
They
so
were in
"Oh,
servant
boo-hoo,
outfits."
Ken has a bad day when Barbie doesn't look at him. He's a simp.
No. No. All he wanted was love because men can actually appreciate
He did
and
want love.
experience love,
Oh,
whereas women
oh,
cannot.
oh, that was a message in Barbie Land.
That was not the women.
She
women
didn't-
being incapable of
Barbies-
experiencing
The
love
Barbies
was not
didn't
the
love the
message of ours.
Kens. They didn't love the Kens, but the Kens loved the Barbies.
Yep.
Some of the Barbies did love their Kens. It's just that Margot Robbie didn't love Ryan Gosling.
None
Which
of them
is
did.
fair.
None of them did. It was only Alan and Midge, and there's only proof of that.
But that's
No, because
beautiful.
remember at the end, the black Ken was like, "Where's my Barbie?" And she's like, "I'm here," and smooches him on the cheek. Okay,
Oh,
it was
you're
just,
right.
It was
I didn't even
just
see
Ryan
that, Abby.
Gosling
You're
and
right.
Margot Robbie with the dynamic you're talking about. Okay.
Listen, I'm just saying that you're saying, oh, they made them slaves. Are you kidding me? They gave them
did.
They gave them jobs. All right.
They had jobs before. They did
Not-
literally all the jobs in Barbie Land before. What do you mean they gave them jobs?
I'm talking about real jobs for women.
Nobel Prize winning is not more fulfilling than bringing brewski beers. And
It's more of a
massaging feet. Is that
credential,
what you're
yeah.
telling me?
I'm just saying they didn't care about what happened to the Kens. They didn't really have jobs, fulfilling jobs. They were saying they were also fulfilled. Instead of handing each other awards and like all of that stuff's already built. What construction or what space do they have to go to? That's ridiculous.
What do you mean? The Barbies built it. That was the entire point.
No,
is
they
that
didn't.
The Barbies built it. The roles were switched in Barbie Land. Okay, it is an exact opposite mirror of our world.
They were working on the construction on the roads with a jackhammer at the
women
beginning.
were doing literally
Did they? I didn't
all
see
of
that.
the work. And
There's construction.
That's why.
Hey Barbie,
showed-
remember that part? Hey Barbie, and it's construction
everyone
Barbie.
say, hey, there,
yeah.
and
The,
that's
the
why
hard
Barbie,
hats that were pink.
Yeah, it was really cute. I want a pink hard
It was
hat
so
now.
sweet.
Those were
yeah.
some pretty fucking shitty roads, though. They were all made out of like doll parts and shit.
The whole thing was made out. Those were perfect roll. You did not see a pothole. Not even one pothole in
No.
Barbie Land's roads.
Absolutely not.
Those women did an excellent job.
It was built
okay?
on the dreams of little girls.
There
and
you
it
go.
was beautiful.
There
It
you
was
go.
beautiful.
Wait, no, there you go. It was built on the dreams of little girls. So what
Yeah.
you're hold on, Abby, what you're
Do
advocating
you
for...
hate little girls, Bryden? Do you hate little girls and their dreams? Is that what you're
100%.
doing right now? Is that his bit? He
That
doesn't
is.
know that
I mean,
little girls'
yeah.
dreams are the most beautiful, pure, pink, lovely thoughts in existence?
Yeah, I'm completely against him. Running over with a monster truck.
Oh
He
no,
is a
no,
boy.
no, no.
Yeah.
That's
He
where I
never-
part ways. No, no,
He
no,
never
no,
grew
no.
up. He will always be the older brother that comes in and destroys your dream house for fun.
Yeah, 100%. I'm cutting your Barbie's hair.
Terrible.
I saw that Whoopi Goldberg, my idol, showed up with you wearing shoes that have like decapitated Barbie heads in the heels. That was so funny.
It's a bad fashion move. Maybe
That was really stupid.
maybe a man should have made those shoes. You should, could have gotten a French man to do that.
Yeah.
French man. Okay, so they go into the real world. Okay.
I'm gonna go into
After
the real
talking to
kitchen,
Weird
and
Barbie.
the real bathroom.
Don't you dare.
I'm
Do
gonna
not
though.
do this
I'm
to
gonna
me.
do that
Don't
though.
you do
I'm
that.
gonna
Why
go
are
ahead
you
and do
do-
that.
How are we supposed to have a conversation if you're not here?
Well, your friend's here, so you guys
Please
should
go
do
into
that.
the bathroom. I'm gonna take a smoke break.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. The show is over. No, I'm just kidding.
That's all, folks.
Fine, we're taking a break. We're taking a break. I guess everyone's leaving me now. I could just
No,
review
no.
Barbie alone,
We love you,
I
Abby.
guess.
I am gonna go do that. But yeah, okay.
And we're back and drier than ever. We're talking about how.
Good job.
Sorry.
That makes it sound like we just dumped all of our mutual alcohol bottles, the vodka, the champagne, and the whiskey into the sink.
All on me.
Not a chance. Well,
Just on my head in the event of the break. Just like my daddy used to do.
Oh no. Oh, there's so many jokes there.
Okay, so the Barbies go into the real world, and immediately
Oh, yeah.
what happens? Cat calling. And Ken loves the cat calling because he loves the attention. He didn't
Makes
get
him
much
feel like he's
attention before.
somebody.
because it shows you that cat calling, and they're like, oh, this is
No.
terrible for women. But like, men never get cat called, so it's fucking awesome. Like, I don't even care if she's ugly. If I'm walking down the street and somebody is like, there's this even a big old fat ham planet lady who's like, hey, you look fucking great. I'm gonna be like, that's sarcastic, bitch. I mean, I do look great, but she's fat. Fuck her.
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's
So
funny
like, if
because
it has to be a hot woman that
No.
calls you.
No.
Then you'd be
You
okay
wouldn't
with
believe
it.
that.
No. If it was a really hot woman, I would even more so. I'd be like, fuck, I'm poor. God damn it, she's making fun of me.
This is because you have low self-esteem.
No, it's
Bryden,
not.
Because
Yeah.
the opposite thing happens when I compliment men or like smile back or like engage in the conversation they're trying to have with
No.
me. What they do is they go, "Oh, clearly she wants to sleep with me."
There's a
And then they get very weird and irritated when you're like, "No, no, no, I just thought your hat was
There's
school.
there-
No,
no,
back away."
no. You're missing the difference between catcalling, which is like yelling at
So I should just
somebody.
be shouting at them. "Hey, sexy!" Like that.
Yeah.
That sounded like Fat Albert.
Yeah.
That was really good. It felt realistic, Abby.
Hey, I'm Fat Abby.
Bryden, seriously though, isn't like I know you're like a men's rights advocate or
Sure.
activist.
I like to call it.
Activist.
I like to-
advocist.
I like to call it a dude's rock activist.
A dude's rock activist. And so the thing is, you're saying like, do you think a point of the Barbie movie is that boys really don't get catcalled enough, and that that's why they're suffering so much, and they don't know they're enough? So even Ryan Gosling, when somebody asked him for the time, he just lit up inside. And is that how you feel right now, Bryden? And have you brought that up with your therapist?
Well, I would
I'm his
never.
therapist,
I would never
unfortunately.
use a therapist.
You're his therapist, so like it just seems like men are suffering because they want people to smack their ass. And like, if ladies out there, like, just smack a man's ass and just make them feel better. 'Cause
Don't do that. They
that
will
was a
rape
huge
you.
part-
Do
that was a
not
huge-
smack men's butts. They will rape you. That was the point of that scene, by the way, Bryden, is that she was feeling violent intentions because
Well,
they
okay.
might rape her.
Okay, but here's. Wait, I really want to point out.
Ryan Gosling seemed like he wanted like kind of in on that, so it's strange.
think
Like,
he
is
did.
this?
He
Do
did
men
wanna be
feel like do men's rights activists feel really hurt and upset that nobody smacks their ass? And like, I don't know, like, is that bothering them?
No, I don't think so. And I don't think that's what that was about at all. I mean, I get compliments on my clothes all the time, but that's about
Right.
it. Nobody ever
Well-
says, like, I want a piece of that, like that's, nobody
Yeah, that
says
was
that.
but would that scare you, or like how would you
It would,
feel?
yeah. I would.
It's terrifying, right?
I'd be happy. I'd be like, but no, I can't, I got to rollerblade off.
There are men who will do this for other men, but they're called tops usually. And so I don't know that all men like those guys, like smacking their ass and catcalling them.
I don't think it has to be a gay thing. That's what women put in their
Yeah.
brains with the feminism stuff. I give my bros compliments.
Feminism.
I give my bros compliments all the time. If they like got good hair, if they're like wearing good clothes, if they
Yeah.
said something really funny, I like bros. How about bros? Like we just uplift each other, and that's
Yeah,
what
so
we do.
men just need more compliments is one of the messages of the Barbie movie.
I think
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
if men could take compliments without going straight for like overbearing this woman's into me weirdness, then that would be great. If they could
Yeah.
just like when I get complimented by a dude, I don't stop everything I'm doing and pursue him hard as I
Yeah.
can. I say, "Oh, thank you, you're so sweet," and I keep walking, and I'm happy, and the rest of my day's good.
I have a
Okay, you have to keep
look
walking. That's
how
the key. If men
obsessed-
could just keep walking, then they
Yeah.
would get compliments.
I keep walking because I got places to go. I got email. I have to do
got
email.
email.
I know.
Ken, I think the thing with Ken is that he's so into Barbie and she never even compliments him. If she did that, think about how much it could have escalated, So men are dangerous. You can't compliment them. That's another message of the Barbie movie. Like, men need complimented, but not by other women. They just need to compliment each other. That's why they start having this fight and it ends in a dance off where they become friends. That men need each other. That's the message of the Kinergy. And it's really powerful.
Well, yeah, that was the thing. That was the ending for Ken, is that he
Yeah.
cannot define himself by being, Barbie and Ken. He cannot define himself by who he is in relation to Barbie or whether or not he has a girlfriend or anything like that. He is just him, and he is Kenough alone.
But that goes against the Bible.
Okay.
That's like the
fair.
communist piece,
I mean, that's fair.
Gerwig, whatever that means.
I look, weird things happen to men. This
Looking
is
it up on Wikipedia right now. Greta?
weird
Like,
thing.
we could check the early life section of that. Sorry, what?
Weird things
Because of her
happen.
husband.
Weird things happen to men as well. I don't know what this was about, But this person wasn't homeless. As soon as my bro and we leave the Barbie movie, we're walking out. We're like, see ya. And a woman, young woman, young black lady, didn't look homeless, wasn't poor looking or anything.
Yeah.
Chasing us down. I had my vape out. Chasing us down. It's like, hey. And I thought, I'm like, oh shit, I dropped something. So I look back.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, I'm going to be really annoying, but can I hit your vape? I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't think it was a pickup. I think it was just weird, but I didn't even say, oh no, I'm sorry. I went, no. And
why wouldn't you give a woman, if a woman needs nicotine, you should share it with her. That's just part of the unspoken rules between men and women.
No, if it was a cigarette, I would have given her a cigarette. It's a vape. I'm not going to let you put your nasty ass fucking lips all over it. Nobody.
That's really the problem with vapes, though. They're not shareable.
Exactly. This wasn't even at a bar, man. Like, if it's at a bar,
would be different at a bar.
It's a little out of whack comment or whatever. Like,
But also, I think women may not understand that sort of thing too, because we'll share each other's makeup. That's not sanitary. We'll just like, oh, here, try my cocktail too, and hand it over. We were at a cigar bar one time, and I think I passed my little mini cigar around half the table. There's a lot of girls.
No, see, it's great words from a buddy of mine that his friend said to him. It's not gay to smoke another man's cigar, but it's gay to accept it. So I'm never going to smoke another man's cigar. Like, it's not gay to offer your friend a cigar, but it's gay to accept.
This sounds like an artificial construct, a
Rachel,
box men put themselves in.
I'm pretty sure that you don't know how spitty and disgusting. You don't know how spitty and disgusting cigars are. It's a nub.
Men just need it.
My spit is not disgusting.
It is.
Women know how to accept love and accept gifts, and I think men could accept more from each other. Yeah, even spit. It's just human. It's about being human, and I think men don't feel human enough, and that makes them go to these strange, like Andrew Tate, Jake Paul, Mink Coat levels of things. That's what the Ken movie's about.
You mean
it's about horses?
Yeah, just things that are autistic fixations, and men just need to accept a little more love, and that's what's
okay. So your whole thing is, guys, start kissing each other. Rachel, we'll make a plaque that says that.
On
Put
the
it up.
cheek, like the Latins kiss each other on the cheeks,
And look at them.
Serbs will do it, dude. I saw a lot of men kissing my husband the first time we went to a Serbian church.
There's an audio bite.
That's.
It's like, look, Father, I know you're being friendly and welcoming us here, but can I have him back for just a second? Just for a minute. I just need to...
They hold hands. They hold hands walking down the street in Saudi Arabia. I mean, that's like the whole thing's odd.
It's brotherhood.
Well, listen, there's a difference between giving your bro a hug. All right, you do that. You're like, good to see you. And then there's another who'd be like, hey, let's fucking share my disgusting fucking tobacco stick that we just had. Because cigarettes are even different. They got the filter on them because it's the future, Cigars, you can't do that. I've been chewing on that. Like, no. Can't do that. They're gross. You never smoked a cigar. It's your first whiskey.
Neither of those things are true for her.
I just agree.
She's just like, yeah, it is. This is the first time I've ever had whiskey in my life. You're right, Bryden.
For sure. I'm just like...
Women shouldn't drink bourbon.
I sympathize with men and their plight, but I just wish they could just hug it out, dance it out, kiss it out.
What? Nope.
Share a cigar, like kissing on the cheek. I'm not advocating for anything like close to buggery, but a little intimacy would be nice. A little intimacy.
But you just stop short of the buggery, right?
No, nothing close to buggery, but just friendship.
Why are we? Wait, hold on. What are we spiders for? What's happening?
Spiders?
Yeah, we're like Beatles. The Beatles. They did the whole buggery. They were Beatles.
They did buggery. I didn't know the Beatles were like that.
Whoa!
Yeah, I thought that was just what is the Bohemian Rhapsody guy like? Queen. I thought they did the buggery. Like
no, there's never been a Queen bug.
Like opera.
There's never been a Queen bug before. Except for Queen Ants. Queen Ants. That's a thing.
No, I mean like the guys that did that song. fat-bottomed girls, and it didn't sound realistic because I think they were buggery types of people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
you're following me.
Wait, what about Jerry Seinfeld? Because he wrote the Bee Movie. That's a bug.
Yeah, it seems like there were some questionable things in that, but nothing's coming to mind besides the shape with which he like portrayed his characters.
So, I mean,
What?
you know, Kafka wrote the Metamorphosis. He turned into a
Kafka,
bug.
I don't. Kafka, it's like
This has to do with Barbie.
I don't know what. Like, are you gonna start talking about Heidegger and other things we don't understand because we're women and you're a sexist?
No,
like
well, I am a
He
sexist.
is
I'm
a
just
sexist.
wondering.
It's like he's gonna
wondering-
be like Nietzsche said in his book Zarathustra and something like blah blah blah. And
Well,
it's
did
like,
he-
we don't know what you mean, dude. Like,
Did anybody turn into a bug? Was somebody being a bug?
Yes.
in the B movie?
No, in Nietzsche.
In Barbie.
I didn't see a single bug in all of Barbie. Not even a gnat. Although they're pretty small,
Wait.
you can't see them.
Rachel,
Rachel doesn't get the bit
No
yet.
mosquitoes in Barbie.
is there? Am I missing something?
Incredible.
Yeah.
You
I
said
don't-
buggery multiple times. He's talking about bugs.
Oh, when I say buggery, I mean, am I allowed to say the word anal sex? Like that. That's what I think of as buggery. Like that's to me, that's what that means. But I didn't know you thought I meant like a beetle or anything.
Uh,
Can't breathe.
that bit went on forever.
Well, I knew you were talking about bugs, but I wasn't really sure why your mind was going to bugs. But
Why would he not?
it's actually very pure of you. I feel bad that I brought that up, and then your mind is so pure, Bryden, like that you're
Yep.
thinking of like the Bee Movie and the Beatles, and it's like really beautiful. And I'm gonna pray for you in my daily rosary because that like shamed me, like the purity that you have when you think of certain words. Like if
Yep.
I said sodomy, you start talking about like sod houses and things, and I think that's
You probably
lovely.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Or
it's
faggotry,
really
and
cute.
what does fag mean? Like
It's a
like
cigarette.
a bundle of sticks.
It's
Oh
a-
yeah, that one. That's bundle of sticks is something else.
No, it's
No,
a
it's just-
a
it's
faggot is a bundle of
Faggot.
sticks.
Right, or like a cigarette is like a death stick. That makes sense. So like that's what you would think of Bryden because you're a good man, and God will bless
100%.
you for that.
100%.
I love it.
I'm a great
The
man.
female version of Paul Town.
I'm a
What is
great man.
happening here?
Did Paul Town do this on the show?
To me, Paul Town is perfect and sweet, and he only
He's a
has my
sweetheart.
best interests at heart, and he's the most sane person I've
Oh.
ever spoken to.
And John is a brilliant book. It's really cute. Have you read John?
No,
I'm
what the
not.
fuck are you talking about?
It's his book.
Paul Town wrote a book called John.
No! I've only ever
Yeah.
done This Is the Secret on the toilet. I just pick random stuff and read it.
Yeah,
I've known Paul
John.
forever. He was
John
supposed to
is not
come
a.
on.
It's not a pure book. John is not a good book in some ways. It's like a MGTOW's hyper nightmare of like a man who marries a woman who becomes super fat and cucks him with like 10 black men. And then he goes on like he creates a podcast that gets millions of views, and in the end I think he commits suicide, but it's interesting insight into Paul Town. That's all I know about him.
That does
That's
sound
not-
about
Is
right.
John.
That's nothing like who he is as a person. He's just really funny.
I know as a person he burns down barns, but he's a good. I like him. That's nothing to.
I've known him for
Paul
years.
Town,
Why are you talking?
I love Paul Town. He has a sweet visage, and like his face looks very
Visage?
like his physiognomy is good. Like he looks like
He's
A-okay.
a handsome boy.
I don't know why you
Cheers.
got fucking tism so bad. Just
All right.
So then
Barbie.
you go into the theme start of how moving into the real world out of this childhood dream that is Barbie land shows Barbie, stereotypical Barbie, Margot Robbie, that
Yeah.
the real world is a big bummer, you know?
It is,
The
yeah.
real world sucks and people are fighting and they're not happy and some people are happy, you know?
And
but it's
Will,
kind of a
Will
mixed
Ferrell is
bag.
there. Yeah.
And Will Ferrell is there, which is weird. I don't know why he's
Yeah.
everywhere, but he is.
you don't know
but
why the famous actor Will Ferrell.
he's just everywhere I look. It's very strange. Also, Danny DeVito is in the new haunted house, the
Yeah.
haunted mansion movie that's coming out, and he makes straight up word for word in the trailer I saw at the movie theater, jokes that he made on It's Always Sunny. I have to see that movie just to see how he does in it. Like,
I can't support Disney. I also think that the Barbie episode needs to be
Fair.
the bonus episode. To be honest with you, I think we're recording in reverse, but that's just me.
well,
But-
it doesn't
I mean,
matter what
this
order
is
it
like a
goes in.
lower quality podcast
No, it's a
because
higher.
I'm on.
No.
No, you're gonna be on the regular one too. You fucking dolt. We talked
No,
about
he's
that.
saying that it's so
We talked about
good
that-
that we should give it to the paid listeners. But also, I did promise the Barbie
Okay, fine.
review
It's
to everyone.
fine. It's fine.
I'm very insecure. So when you said that, it just triggered all my childhood trauma of thinking I'm not enough. And even girls can feel that way. Like
Yeah, Barbie felt
Barbie-
that way too.
Barbie enough, Barb enough, Barb enough.
You know,
Yeah, you know what?
definitely
You know the whole
works for
thing.
her.
We got shirts, bro. Instantly made, instantly printed merch because the guys were still in charge at that point, and you know, because it takes a few days for the things to carry
Right.
over.
That was
That
so
makes
okay. So Barbie is understanding that when you grow up and you enter the real world, things are a lot bleaker than you think, and things aren't necessarily fair, and they're not what you imagined when you were playing Barbies when you were a child.
Oh,
okay?
oh,
And so it's like it's an out of Eden story. It's a
Yes.
coming of age story.
Yes.
Go ahead, Bryden.
Let's talk about all of you women's age and depression and cellulite and anxiety.
That was hilarious. Constantly thinking of death, Barbie. Full body cellulite Barbie. America Ferrera's character, who I don't believe her name is said even once. Like that is hilarious.
I never
that
noticed
I don't
that.
think she
Oh,
has
yeah.
a
It's
name
just
in it,
Mom!
but you have to look in the credits to
No.
find the name.
You get how cool that is? She's just mom.
She's just mom.
She's
And
just
there's, like,
mom.
yeah, she is just.
You're right.
You're
mom.
right. I
Sasha,
didn't think
her
about that,
daughter,
Abby.
has a name, but the mom has no name. Not even once did they call her by a name.
Now I've got you call me by your name. But
That's actually a beautiful, profound insight that she was just mom. Like she was on a
She-
search for something, for
Yeah,
an
she was
identity
the
in some ways.
embodiment of motherhood. and
Yeah.
how
Yes,
difficult
she
it can be
was.
sometimes. She was the stand-in just for the. And there's themes about the struggle of motherhood all throughout, and it's explicitly stated toward the end when she's talking to Ruth in the weird heaven world or whatever the hell that
Rhea
dimension was.
Perlman.
That was when this like the creator of Barbie, who represents God, this shorter Jewish woman, is like talking to Barbie.
It's Rhea Perlman. What do you mean the shorter She's a comedy legend. It's Rhea fucking Perlman.
Well, she was playing Ruth Handler.
Yeah, I know.
I was just, is there something wrong with saying that? Like,
No.
She's Rhea Perlman. She's super funny
He's
and
just
crazy
offended
famous.
that you don't know.
she's really
who
cool.
she
I
is.
didn't know
Yeah.
who she was,
She was
but
on
I
Cheers.
knew
She was on
playing-
Cheers.
she was playing the creator
You're-
of Barbie.
He's just old. He's just old. We've
I
never
wasn't
seen
around.
Cheers
I wasn't.
because
Exactly.
No, he's like 50
It's okay.
years old.
I wasn't around for Cheers.
It's okay, Bryden. You're Knuff.
I know. Thank you.
Knuff.
Even
You're
with the
Knuff.
wrinkles and
The
all
blonde
the other
hair.
stuff.
Yeah, but
Constantly thinking of death, Barbie was hilarious.
It's
That
pretty
was
good.
Yeah.
amazing. Existential crisis, Barbie.
I'm really
full body-
impressed
yeah.
by that observation that she didn't have a name. She was just mom. I think that's what she represented.
And
and
she kind of shows.
Death was the major theme of Barbie, like death entering
Yes.
into Eden, and that we have to accept suffering in order to have joy. And all right, I'm going to spoil it. That's why at the end, Barbie decides to become real, and she goes to the
Mhm.
doctor, to the gynecologist, which shows us that she became a real woman. And so, like, she had to accept the suffering and pain that she learns from her friend, who's just mom. And I think Barbie's hopeful. I think that Barbie's going to become a mother herself.
I think that was kind of
that's
the
the
point
full
of
circle.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they talked about like Ruth's whole conversation with her at the end was about motherhood, and she said, you know, mothers stand still so that their daughters can look back and see how far they come. Like, I think what that quote
such a
is
good
supposed
line.
to mean is that a mother sacrifices for her children. You give up all of yourself for them, and your life becomes about what's best for them if you're a good mother. Okay, even if you fail at that constantly, as I know I do. That's the intent. Like, I have given up everything for my children, and a lot of moms are like
You
that.
didn't
And
have
so,
shit.
so they can have a better life. Okay, no,
Bryden.
I don't have friends. I don't
I
even
know.
leave the house.
I know.
Okay, like I gave
Abby,
up
I need you as
my
my
body.
friend.
I gave up my body. I have loose skin on my stomach from having 3
Abby,
children.
you
It's
are my
But
friend.
here's the thing.
Also,
You know what you got out of this? You gained
What?
a house because you were gonna be homeless.
I literally was gonna be homeless.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So.
who cares about a house though? That's how men think. Women just think about love.
Do they really think about love as they're just blowing guys in Tijuana?
Okay, that
Blowing
is
guys in Tijuana?
Yeah, they're
not
like,
that's
not
Where's
what
the-
they're.
projecting.
Where's Tijuana?
What? What and what is Aleppo?
It's in
And what is Aleppo?
What is
Oh,
Aleppo?
Jesus Christ! Run for libertarian office.
It's Syria.
Holy
No,
shit.
you're
could be
Abby. I
President of
want
Barbie Land.
to affirm you. You're a wonderful mother. You're a
Thank
wonderful
you.
friend, and
Thank
your
you.
house
I
is
love
also
you.
very nice, and I love you too. And Bryden is a jackass.
Oh
a
no!
jackass. But we
And
love him anyway.
I doubt Bryden has a house.
Indifferent.
He's
I have a
in
place that I
right
live
now.
at. Yeah.
He sits behind him.
No, I hate to say that, Bryden. No, you're
But he
doing great
rents.
too. You're enough.
He doesn't.
I
own
do
it.
rent. I do rent. I don't own this.
So he
It's
doesn't own
Orlando
it.
though. Like you live in Orlando, and me and Abby aren't docs, but it's easier to get houses in other places. It's true.
It's slightly
Especially,
easier.
It's
and if you have a husband, it helps. And you could get a husband too,
Sure.
Bryden. But I think you've
Yeah.
already experienced twink death, as Rad Feminist Heather would say. So it's probably a little late.
Yeah,
what
it's
is-
too late for a sugar daddy. Honestly.
Oh,
I mean,
you-
the
you
hair is a
experienced-
good attempt.
You experienced
but-
twink death already, so you could have got a house. But it's okay. God will bless you if
I'm-
you're pure.
I'm too old. I'm too old for an older gay man to take me under his wing. I see. I get it.
I mean, maybe
You're
like
right- I mean, you're right.
really old one, like really old.
Like 90, like 95.
He's got Alzheimer's. He'll just think you live there.
yeah.
You could just go to his house and just stay there, and every day you'll be like, "Yeah, I'm your grandson," and it's fine.
Yeah, that would work. Like
He's
people
not
just
really
aren't
the
creative
same,
enough with the housing crisis. They need to do creative things like that, some acting, if you will.
This is. I'm never gonna do this fucking joke because I'm never gonna figure it out. But MILF porn. MILF
You'll figure it
porn-
out, Bryden.
No, MILF
MILF
porn
porn.
is the.
Never mind.
It's the. It really is the only like porn category that you can age out of, because like MILF porn, those let's call them actresses, are just my age. They're just age appropriate women for me to be banging. So it's not
Yeah.
MILF porn. It's just you know.
So, are you telling me MILF porn doesn't go up to 60?
No, that's mature.
No, because that's like
Or are you 60?
grandmas.
No, I'll be 36 in September.
Oh, so MILF porn only goes up to 36.
I think probably, yeah, and then it starts becoming
Probably.
mature, you know.
Oh,
And then it's grannies.
yeah.
It's just grannies.
So people do look up. That breaks my heart. It breaks my heart about MILF porn too. But like granny porn,
Grannies?
is sadder.
There's like fucking like grannies.
Okay, we don't have to talk
That's
about
hor-
this right
that's
now.
terrible.
We're
It's pretty
actually
bad.
letting our guests.
And then we're talking about Barbie, which is good and holy and pink, and you're just like.
Well,
talking
this is
about
holy and pink too.
Gran-
Shut your mouth,
Granny,
you disgusting creature.
You don't like this. That's somebody's grandmother. Okay.
No.
Grandma.
That's
Are
nobody.
you a bad person, Biden? I didn't know you were a bad person when I came on the show.
That's
You
nobody's.
came on. How do you even know about this?
That's nobody. Listen, I'm telling you, that's nobody's grandma. If your grandma was doing this, you could still be talking to her. Not a chance. That's nobody's grandma.
Oh, that's
Not
so
anymore.
sad. That means she's childless.
Okay.
My husband just opened the door and stared at me with this like dark face and then just shut the door. He's basically like, "What the hell are you doing?"
when mine will come in here to like pick out his clothes from the closet for the next day while we're in the middle of it. Sometimes I'll have like a Reddit story about like just this terrific poop situation or just something ridiculous on the screen.
no.
And he
Not
comes
poop.
in and he's hearing what I'm saying, but not what Bryden's saying. So like if I'm screaming and swearing and calling people horrible things with like a poop Reddit post on the screen. He just like looks over at me with like this very serious expression and goes about his business and leaves as fast as possible. And Bryden can see him like come in and out in behind me, and it's so funny every time. And then after the show, he does this sometimes, other times, but it's every time he comes in while I'm recording. He'll go, "So, how did your podcast go today?" and it's just like it's a good episode. It's great.
Yeah, no, he like looked. He must have heard me yelling "granny porn," and he just like was like, "Are you okay?" It was like the look, like, why are you saying this? And then
just blame it on me.
Just quietly shut the door and walked out.
Hey.
Anyways, so Barbie.
Motherhood.
Thing is, motherhood is so.
I think it's a major theme in
exploited.
Is that,
yes.
Yeah, I think that this and even the mom character, America Ferrera, she has this whole thing, like half of what she talks about when she's trying to de-brainwash the patriarchized Barbies is like the contradictions of being expected to be like a perfect wife and mother and like career woman and do it all at the same time. Like she's actively talking about her own struggles as a mother.
Did anybody try to clap after that? Because I had one girl in front of me go, and everybody was like, "That's fucking gay."
No, like, because it's so funny that anyone would think that, because it just seems every single line in that movie was such a stereotype and just being made fun of. They made fun of patriarchy and they made fun of feminism constantly throughout the movie. That you cannot convince me that using the logical contradictions of being a mother in our post-feminist modern world to break women out of the brainwashing of the patriarchy was not meant as a joke. You cannot convince me that was played literally after seeing the whole rest of that movie, and that was the one part that was literal. That's retarded.
My serious opinion was that it was a very nihilist existential video. Like the whole movie was about like post-liberalism, post-feminism, and an acknowledgement that this doesn't work. And that even though Barbie world, or like this ideal feminist landscape that's supposed to be affecting the real world, it really can't affect that much change. And there's a lot of shortcomings in it. And I think they were acknowledging like things are never going to be as they should be.
No, it's a pipe dream. And you cannot have your ideal matriarchy, and you cannot have your ideal patriarchy.
They created this utopia. No, but the whole story, exactly.
Patriarchy's not about horses, Bryden.
It showed the utopia, and then Barbie's fall from Eden, that fall from the utopia, and accepting the world as it is, with all of its messiness, and all of its pain and death. And death was like, it's not an underrated theme of Barbie. Like, that's a major thing amidst all the pinkness. So, like, the first time I went to Barbie, I went with some of my church friends, and they hated it because of the baby smashing scene, right? And it just appears like a very feminist political video. But when you watch it, I went with another friend a second time. You have to acknowledge that they're saying like, hey, this is like very much failed. This isn't working. Yeah. And there's a darkness, and it's like, there's no utopia. There's no way of resolving these differences particularly.
Yes, there is. It's called Kingdom Land. Everybody was happy. I don't get what you're talking about.
They were not happy. They were building a wall up instead of across. Were they going to try to go to the moon?
Alan was a nerd. He shouldn't have been in charge of that.
But
they should have put Alan in charge. That's fair. Alan should have been in charge.
No, he wasn't in charge of it. He couldn't figure it out. Well, maybe I guess.
No, he was saying, no, he's the one that said once they figure out how to build the wall sideways instead of up.
Yeah, okay.
Screwed,
so probably
then he beat them up.
We'll probably put him. He was kind of a badass. Crazy. It was nuts,
but he was really cool.
The thing is, though,
Alan's cool.
Put him in charge.
The thing is, it wasn't sustainable for the Barbies to go on in these maid costumes serving brewski beer. Like, that wasn't sustainable.
Why? The men didn't have Nobel Prize winners, okay? They were literally just doing brewski beers.
Okay, well,
they weren't doing shit.
Okay.
They were not running society. At least when Barbie was in control, okay? When the Barbies were in control, the trains ran on time.
Exactly.
Stereotypical Barbie said she wasn't in charge of the trains, so like we don't know.
No, but they ran on time. The president was in charge of the trains, and she was a Barbie.
So the Kens are in favor of liberty, and then the Barbies are fascist.
That was not liberty. They enslaved the
Barbies are fascist, and that's amazing.
They are. Like, are you really going to argue against the fascist Barbie regime? It was explicit.
Come on, man. Come on.
Barbie Land was a utopia. All Ken needed to make it okay, not one conflict between Barbie and Ken would have happened if Margot Robbie loved him. Not one problem was about the matriarchy.
Why didn't she love Ryan Gosling is the question.
Because he didn't
There you
do anything. Like, he's literally
He did beat you,
staring at her
bitch!
and going, hey, pay attention to me. Hey, pay attention to me. Look at me. Oh, and he was all insecure that the
Exactly.
Asian Ken was cooler, which is absurd. Why is Ryan Gosling jealous?
Exactly. It is absurd.
He did
Because
beach.
he could do some flips. He did beach. Ryan Gosling
You
did
know-
beach.
Serious take on it is like young men who feel disenfranchised. They want to get all into their looks and this Andrew Tate thing. Maybe
all
not
superficial.
horses, but other autistic fixations. And it's all about like, wear the maid costume, serve me the beer. It felt very Jake Paul, Andrew Tate to me.
But the
And
thing is, you
it
can't
showed me
just
like
put-
there is this
yeah.
reaction we're seeing in real time of
Mhm.
like men trying to rebel against their feeling of being disenfranchised, but they're not actually creating real solutions. They're just creating like this like
It's cargo
bar
cult.
scene.
Yeah, it's a
and
cargo cult. What they're doing is they're going, men used to have respect. Don't know why, but I'm supposed to have respect. What if I try to pretend like
Yes.
I'm a female to male trans person?
What if we
or like I'm
had
some sort of
horses?
skinwalker? What if I
Yeah.
had horses? What if I wore a cool outfit? What if I just like
Yeah.
went around yelling about stuff and demanding that women respected me? But that's not why things were like
Superficial.
that. You don't.
Yeah.
It's all superficial
There's
cargo cult mentality.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna go and I'm sure I brought it up on the show. I don't like horses. I'm like scared of horses, honestly.
Oh
But-
They're a
no,
little
I'm so
spooky.
sorry.
They're too. You're looking in their eyes. They're too much going on. They
They're
know
very
we enslaved
smart.
them. I don't like them. Because I'm gonna be like,
do.
I'm not part of your shit. Like, I'm sorry that this happened to you, but I gotta go.
Yeah.
You know, no, everything is superficial. Buying fucking awesome clothes and doing dope shit and like all of that is totally superficial. But that shit is awesome. That shit is fucking awesome. It doesn't
It
matter
is
what bitches
awesome, but
think.
it
Just
doesn't
do that.
get you. No, it does matter what bitches think because the only there's no way that was sustainable because the Kens could not even build a wall properly. They can't even build the wall. If the bar
Because
Which is
trying
like-
to get the wall,
Okay, you know what?
Oh
You know
my
what?
gosh,
You know
illegal
what?
could pass
Hold on.
through.
You know why? You know why? Because they had been stunted in their ability. We don't even know where they went to sleep. All right, they've been stunted in their development for so fucking long.
Poor
My
Ken.
husband got so sad when America Ferrera was like, where did the or maybe it was her daughter was like, where do the Kens sleep? And Margot Robbie goes, I don't know.
Exactly.
I looked over at my husband's face and he just looked so sad. He was just
But
sad.
They don't care because men. And if you want to go all with this whole gender, let's go with the whole gender studies thing that this movie is, which is they're gonna write fucking stupid books about it in college. That is the disposability of men in society. They don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck.
Men are disposable. They always have been.
Right.
They go
But
off
let's
to fight
think-
the wars and you don't need what okay it's very basic. Like if you believe in like evo psychedel whatsoever, like even to some like minor extent that these things kind of do influence whatever, you don't need that many men because they can impregnate a bunch of women in a month. Like you just don't need this many
And
men.
listen, we used to, and you guys all started complaining about it. This is
About
rape
you dying?
culture.
No one cared.
No,
Guys.
about the the quote unquote rape culture and all of that. Ridiculous.
Okay, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that men should go out and impregnate.
I'm
million
saying there,
people in a
spread
month.
your wild seed, young man. Get out there.
No.
Be like that
yeah,
French
good
guy.
luck with that
Go to
child
Africa.
support, Bryden.
Nope.
Good luck with the child support.
Nope.
No.
Go
what
to Africa.
would have happened
Dude, go to
100
Africa.
years ago instead is you would have
Africa
had a
and
gun
impregnate
held to your
women?
head and be forced to take care of that woman the rest of your life.
Don't do
Okay?
that. See, we
That's
got to
not
change
how
the,
it works.
we got to change the law.
Abby, he said go to Africa. Like he's gonna go
No.
impregnate sub-Saharan African pygmy women.
That
Like,
is-
and then
that
he
is
won't
a
have to pay
very
child
deep-
support.
That is a disturbing fetish.
That is where life
You have a very
started.
strange preference.
That's
Is
where
this where
life.
you say
Out
midget?
of Africa theory is it's okay. Look,
That's where life started.
I thought this was your thing, Abby.
I told her that I've been having a problem lately. Stop stopping talking about midgets on the show and calling
Yeah,
them midgets
don't do that.
specifically so much, so now she's goading me into it.
Midget.
They don't like it.
Bryden's midget.
No, I'm
seed.
not. Yeah, but they don't
His
like it.
offspring.
Did you know he's 5'6"?
I am 5'6". Yeah.
He's
Shorty.
sub-Saharan pygmy. But if he breeds with a pygmy, he'll just make middle.
They'll just be the same size.
They'll be the
Friday,
same. Yeah,
yeah.
same size.
Yeah,
Like, they'll be
yes,
the
he's the
tallest.
smallest one.
They'll be so tall over
Wait,
there.
but guys, I wanted to say, is like the thing about the wall, how they can't build the wall, was all along, they know Ryan Gosling is like an alt-right or like a far-right icon, right? And
He probably doesn't know
Ken's, I think they do know that.
No,
'cause
no, no.
They casted him knowing that people
Like
on
Logan
Twitter say
Paul.
Ryan Gosling was our
that.
guy.
Yeah, okay. No.
Jake
Hold on.
Paul,
I
They built
want
the
you.
wall. They couldn't even build the wall. Was that a correct indictment of like Trumpian America?
No.
Trump
No.
couldn't build the wall.
No.
It's
Okay.
true.
Look. Here's the thing.
It's toxic masculinity,
People-
and
no.
I agree in like this meta way. Like we couldn't build the wall, right? Like,
People.
and they couldn't even get horses there. Like that's a huge thing.
Look. People
silly.
that look.
Barbie had horses.
I asked Erica this.
Barbie
and-
could have a horse, right? Sorry, what?
Okay, look,
Erica?
I had asked Erica this, and she was like, oh, I
Not
don't
the
know.
horse.
And I really thought, no, not the horse, my fucking girlfriend and wife lady.
Yeah.
That I always fucking yell at for her mistakes. Laundry mistakes!
She looks
Uh,
nothing
Your
like a
girl.
horse.
But, no, she doesn't look like a horse at all. But, like,
That's what I'm saying.
I
Is that she doesn't.
had asked,
She
I had
looks
asked her, about this, and I'm like, I thought about it. No. Dude, people that fucking rich and famous. Do you think Ryan Gosling has social media? No, he doesn't look at
No,
that.
he doesn't need to. No. They have marketing teams
He's
and
very
writers.
memed,
Ryan
yeah.
Gosling did not write that movie.
Yeah, they don't look at that. And and let me tell you who writes movies. It's people like me
Bryden.
that
Like
sell
you.
it. Yeah, except more successful. But like nobodies that sell this shit. That stuff is because you write a treatment and then it's resold, and then whoever Warner Brothers takes it over, and it's actually rewritten and all of that. The original writer gets completely fucking nothing. I've known people who have done this. And it's you get nothing. You get nothing. That you're broken
but what
out of
she's
the business.
What she's saying, though, to try to put it more succinctly, is that did they know that Ryan Gosling is an icon
No.
to all of these conservatives,
Nope.
and that's why they put some of the jokes
No,
they put in
Bryden.
there?
I really think they knew.
No.
There's okay, but then what was the outfit thing about?
Which outfit?
The one he wore while he was
Right.
being the Patriot.
Oh, the kind of Bane outfit. That's the internet
no,
digging
it
into
wasn't
things.
Bane. It
Ryan
was
Paul. It was like
literally-
very Jake Paul.
it was
There was
Jake
like a lot of.
Paul
It felt
with
very
his
Andrew
boxers.
Tate,
Jake
very
Paul-
Jake Paul. And then the wall reference, I think, and even Ryan Gosling, how he talks about it in interviews, I think he knows he's literally me. And I've seen TikTok since with like 100,000 views where they're talking about Ryan Gosling is literally me. This isn't something on some niche thing on Twitter.
Oh, no,
I think
it's a
there's a
meme.
huge movement. It's a meme. And don't tell me like Ryan Gosling's handlers or whatever they call them, agents or
I
something.
think people
Like,
do know.
they know. They
Yeah,
know.
People know that he has.
And that's why
become
Greta
this,
Gerwig
like,
got him.
meme,
Yeah.
and they cast him in the perfect place for it. And the movie was really about
There's
Ken.
a lot of nods to the like Ryan Gosling is literally me. I feel like that was very
It was.
acknowledged.
Name three
And
nods.
I think that the wall thing felt very forced. Why were they building a wall? I feel
Because
like
Well,
they
I think
inserted
that really probably was just the joke. that they
That's
built
a
wall
jo-
up
that's a
instead
big-
of
that's-
across.
They couldn't build it.
That's against Trump.
I'm not a comedian, so I don't get bits. But I thought that
But
was
she
like
she is saying she thinks it's against Trump. That's what she's saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's against Trump. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
okay.
obviously
and like
what
that
it is.
version of masculinity that they're lumping these boys in with. And I think that was done intentionally.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine, and probably like the Paul brothers, I think is kind of fair. You still drinking
I
that
keep saying-
flat fucking champagne over there? You dumb
It's not
bitch.
flat.
It's
That was
not
very
It's a
flat.
good.
glutton for punishment.
I'm just over here trying to make Rachel laugh, drinking from the bottle. Okay,
You're
leave
making me
alone.
laugh.
It worked.
All right.
now she's gonna.
I'll
do
be
with the
Barbie
rest.
right now.
That's a little more
Just spill
dangerous.
it on my face.
Oh, that was so funny. She's like,
This is a
oh,
good
I'm
one.
just. Oh,
Bobby,
man.
that's why
Yeah.
you spill champagne all over yourself. It's like a nod to Margot Robbie when she just like tries
Yes.
to drink the water and it goes psh, on her face. That was
Exactly.
like you're like I'm a Barbie. Like it's
I'm
not gonna
just-
spray.
I'm just that clever of a comedian.
Yeah. It was really good. I got it.
Yeah, that great
Thank you.
visual gag that was narrated by me.
Job.
That was
Bryden,
that's what
you're
you're here for,
Knuff.
to
You're
narrate what
Knuff.
you were Knuff.
I'm
Oh,
a,
yeah,
Ca-
yeah.
I'm a Canadian.
So
He
But-
only
he's
exists in the
a-
glow of Abby's gaze here, where he can only make commentary response to her genius, and it works. Synergy.
Well, you know, it's funny. The majority of things that I do that make people laugh are in response to other people's things, but it's never Abby.
That's mean.
Stop being mean to me, Bryden.
Exactly. Stop being mean.
Why are you being mean to me?
Because you're a cunt.
Okay, well that's true,
It's
but that's not. You
inappropriate.
don't have a right. I'm allowed to be. Okay, because
I'm
I'm
unsubscribing from you and your problems here. Like,
Oh,
this is
no.
terrible.
didn't-
Abby, he's not nice to you.
I don't think you subscribed in the first place.
Yeah,
to be
that's
honest with you. I don't
I
think
just-
that's a thing you've done.
been
I
over
just
a
want-
year. Yeah.
Abby, play along. I want Bryden to, like, be nice. And we've got to encourage him that he's good and, like, energy and all that.
I just
Be
muted
nice.
You
her.
have to make him
I
be
just
nice.
muted her on the show.
Stop muting her. Stop.
I didn't mute her. I can't even.
I wish
Okay,
this was-
we are.
I really wish we did video versions at this point. This is a great one.
I know my mustache looks pretty sweet.
That's,
I didn't even put any.
You look like a gold miner saloon.
He
Yeah.
does. He looks like he
Pianist.
should be like panning for gold in a little creek bed.
I think I
Yeah.
found some over here. Like that would be great.
You look like you're from Ballad of Buster Scruggs. That's what you look like.
I've seen-
Which is also
I've heard
it's also
good.
about death. It's similar to Barbie. It's also about death.
It's about
That
a
was-
cowboy John Wick, but yeah, sure.
Oh,
really-
every single scene. They have like 6 stories that are short stories that are all about death.
They're
So
about a cowboy that kills people, but from the it gives,
Which is about death, okay?
first one is that, yes, which is about death. And then the second one is about when James Franco said first time and he got hung. It's about death. That's like the meme. Then I think the third one, this like guy without arms or legs gets killed. And then the fourth one, this girl shoots herself in the head because she's afraid Indians will rape her, even though the Indians get shot by somebody else.
yeah. So
And then
That sucks.
I don't remember the fifth one, but then the sixth one was about this stagecoach that takes all of these people to their deaths, and heaven is this hotel, and they all walk in really scared because they don't know what's in the afterlife. So the whole thing is like death, which is
That's
like
cool.
Barbie. Barbie is also like death. Like that's the thing.
It
It's
really
about
was. It was,
dying.
and it wasn't just about death. It's about like what
It's a
Bryden
huge
tries to
theme, though.
convince me of all the time, that like life, there's life and then there's death, and you know
Mhm.
we're all just worms or something. I don't really understand. But the
worms in a
point
field.
is that
Worms in a
that's-
worms waiting to be picked up out of a field.
There you go, and that's what
I-
Barbie is about. And Barbie is about acceptance of that, and acceptance
Yes.
of the fact that you can never have your utopia, whether it's a feminist utopia or patriarchal utopia, because someone's going to be left out and someone's going to be forgotten or mistreated. And what
Oh,
we're doing
yeah.
right now, the feminism that we've had up to this point did not create a utopia. Things are still a mess, and it's not
The
perfect.
worst.
And
Yeah.
even Sasha tore Barbie apart with, you know, the savage cringy takedown or whatever in the lunchroom. And Barbie is the feminist icon that was supposedly created the utopia. This movie was just as critical of modern feminism as it was of patriarchy, in my
Really
opinion.
was. It was
It's-
more so because Ken was funny, but Barbie creates an
Ken-
existential crisis, right?
Ken
Like
was a lot more sympathetic.
But
Yeah.
real quick before you go on, before we finish this, because we
it's
are
definitely not
over-
saying it's not saying patriarchy is the answer
It is, though.
because Ken
but-
was like ludicrous, right? But like
No,
it
he's
was
the
over
best.
the top. No, but
awesome.
they weren't saying patriarchy was the answer because it was silly.
I got that.
But they're
I got
also
that.
saying like third wave feminism has failed, which is like
Yeah.
huge. And it's also about accepting that the real world is about suffering, death, and going to the gynecologist, which is about
Yes.
being a woman and possibly bringing forth life and death, right? So like the womb, like in like I don't know how to say this, but like I'm thinking of this Vedic astrology thing, this nakshatra Bharani, but
Gross.
anyways, it's about like the womb and death being like one. and it's like life and death. You come into the world and
true.
you die. And that's why actually at first I thought it was stupid. She went to the gynecologist, but it's like that is the circle of life.
Yes.
And how there's always going to be evil, death, and suffering in the world.
Okay, two things. One, Jesus.
Until we need Jesus. That's why there's this wonderful TikTok that says, Barbie reminded me that I need God.
Okay,
And
that's retarded.
I think that summarizes the whole thing. I need God. That's what Barbie taught me, was that I need Jesus because we can't create utopia here.
Nope,
and death is close. Death is near. And we
Okay.
have to remember that.
Two very quick things. One is just a neat little Easter egg that I learned on TikTok, and one is
Oh, an Easter egg.
What she is refuting what the fuck she just goddamn said. The reason she went to the gynecologist is because vagina jokes are funny, and that's a great way to end the fucking movie. And if you know anything about comedy, you're like, she's human, and that's inconvenient for women to do, because now she's a real woman. She's got to get the fucking metal shoved in her puss and all that. It's just a funny way to end it. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. And
That would be terrible.
And then the other one.
Onanism.
And then the other one is apparently Sasha and all her friends are all named after the Bratz dolls.
Oh, I didn't. That's actually really cool. That's a cool nugget.
Gee,
Apparently that's the thing.
There's
Wow.
the next generation. who are all bratty.
Oh,
Oh
of
my
course she's named
goodness.
Sasha. That's crazy.
I had
don't know.
no idea.
I guess
that makes
that's
a lot of sense.
what they said on TikTok. So I thought that was
That's,
You know
fun.
what
that's
else,
cool.
though?
I didn't catch
Mattel's-
that. Wow.
Mattel's gonna do a bunch of more movies about their other stuff.
Oh yeah, I think
And that's
Ludacris isn't
disturbing.
sorry for some reason or whatever.
Wow, that's
Ultimately, it's all about money and consumerism, toys, and what can be sold. Abby, do you let your kids play with Barbies? I don't remember.
Just
Yeah,
her
they're
son.
just
Just her
dolls.
son. She's very
Just
progressive.
the
It's your son.
Okay, we are
Which is fine, but
Hey.
yeah, sorry, go on.
At the fucking point.
okay. Yeah, we got.
I just wanted to say though, by the way, Barbie was based off of a Nazi sex doll. So, and then a Jewish woman brought her here and like created Barbie. So just be aware of that. All right, sorry, bye.
Operation Barbie clip.
I wanted to let people know by the end of the show.
I did not.
All
know
right,
that.
God
All right,
bless you all.
everyone. We are out of time for today, but you can go to patreon.com/here to help podcast to listen to the bonus episode that we're going to record next. And Rachel will be here with us. It's gonna be actually more like a normal episode this week, since we spent the entire normal episode reviewing Barbie for all of you. We love you very much, and we hope that you will pitch in like $1 just to get the whole back catalog of the bonus episodes. It'll be out on Monday.
God bless you all. Yeah, God bless you.
She's busting,
would you-
all. She's busting.
Oh my goodness. You
Just
can
said
follow
God
me
bless you.
on Twitter at OctoAbby with an I. You can follow Bryden at one and only Bryden. That is the number one.
Like a finger.
Rachel, would you like followers?
No.
So we're not going to tell you who Rachel is.
You can
I
say
will
it.
tweet her fucking private account out, and I will put it
It's,
in the description.
It is Red Hands of Dawn, but I probably won't accept your follow request because I'm a little baby Chad wife now. All right, bye guys.
And you're not good enough for her. So,
I
Bye,
literally
Tiffany
follow her.
Plugs.
We follow each other on Twitter.
Yeah, and
Not
he's an
you.
asshole.
I was talking to the listeners. Yeah, he does harass you a lot. He's
Every time.
so rude.
Why don't you stop tweeting dumb shit?
It's impossible.
You'd be like, I
That's
looked
how
at a
we get
can of green
engagement.
beans today, and I just thought, I'll bet that the taller green beans are men, and that
But Bryden,
represents Christ.
I
And like,
tweet. I tweet for Barbie World, and girls get it, and those that don't, and those that do. So that's a you thing.
yeah, the girls do, that's for sure.
You're doo-doo. You look like doo-doo.
You poo-poo head.
I look great. I look fucking better than I looked in years.
All right. We will see you later, everyone. Goodbye.